One evening I was walking around picking up some toys that my children left out in the yard at the end of the day, and I came across this flower sitting in my driveway. And the flower was once beautiful, but you could tell that it was beyond the point of being able to bring it inside and put it in a vase. And it was just sitting in the driveway. And so I noticed this, and for some odd reason, I had the desire to go pick it up and move it out of the way of the driveway. And I knew it would just turn into dust, and I knew it wasn't a presentable flower anymore, but I still felt this need for some reason to take care of it and to move it out of the way. And after doing that, I thought about how interesting the whole thing was, because there was really no actual reason to take care of that flower, but for some reason the beauty of it captivated me in such a way that I needed to nurture it, even though it didn't really serve much of a purpose anymore, I guess, if that makes sense. So then I went inside and just happened to be reading this book called Jesus Perfect Love, and the author was talking about St. Clare and how she loved flowers. And so I'll read you a little bit from it here. Like many saints, St. Clare was captivated by the beauty of nature because it united her more to God. And then a little further down, he says she loved flowers, but it was because she found in them a figment of the perfect soul. In her garden, she nurtured the lily because it spoke to her of purity, and the rose because it spoke of love, and the violet because it is the flower of humility. And then he gives the resource for where this excerpt was taken. But I thought it was so cool how the things that we experience and think about, there are saints who had similar thoughts and feelings. And also just how reading this little bit out of this book got me more interested in learning about the life of St. Clare in a way that I hadn't otherwise. And that's what I love about Jesus Perfect Love. The book is filled with several different resources, all of which help us see the beauty of Jesus's divine perfect love for us. Goes through, talks about a whole bunch of different topics. For instance, love of God, love of neighbor, the gift of life, loving the poor, works, faith, divine mercy, Jesus, adoration, Christmas, the prodigal son. So a whole bunch of topics, all relating to Jesus's perfect love. I also love how Lawrence, the author, says, "I do not profess to be an author, only an average person organizing and identifying my thoughts on Jesus's love. We are all in the process of trying to seek and understand the most simple aspects of his love." Basically, the book is a compilation of quotes from saints, verses from scripture, and then a few reflections from the author himself, all of which talk about the topic of Jesus's love. And I almost think this book would be perfect for Catholic bloggers or Instagrammers, because there's these bits of knowledge and information that you could totally dive deeper into each little subtopic, but it's great for hearing the perspective of saints. So I thought that was really cool. I opted for getting the ebook version of this, but I wish that I had had the hard copy, because I think this is a great one to underline and to open and close, not so much sit and read in one sitting. So I would say if you're interested in diving deeper into the topic of Jesus's divine love, I would get the hard copy. That way you can take some notes, read a little bit from the book, and then reflect, and then go back to it. So I wanted to share with you that story about the flower, also let you know about Jesus Perfect Love if you are interested in it, and finally share with you a quote that I loved from it. And so the author says, "We have but one life, and at the end there is no reincarnation, no second chances, and no spiritual do-overs." Continuing on, St. Francis of Assisi adds, "Man, not having many souls, but only one, ought to take so much the more care of it." And although that quote speaks for itself, I just thought it was a great reminder that we only have one soul, and so we should treasure that and take care of it, and just recognize how loved we are. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. God bless.